Hello again folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors and our very first video in an undisclosed country that we'll refer to as the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is where your driving speed is not calculated in kilometers per hour, but rather freedoms per eagle. That's also the reason why we can bring you a pretty cool item today. So when Glock was dominating the polymer frame striker fire pistol market, Smith & Wesson with their M&P series was probably the first company that really started being a competitor for them and started digging away a little bit at their market share. Now the M&P was a brilliant pistol, loved the ergonomics, very reliable, got a great track record. The only drawback to it though was that hinged trigger, pretty crummy. So I personally liked the M&P, kind of hated the trigger. Later on, Smith & Wesson did bring out the 2.0 with an upgraded trigger as well, which made it a much better pistol in my opinion. So Glock always had their subcompact pistols, which is basically a compact pistol with a shortened grip, so it's still a fat kind of double stack thing. So Smith & Wesson came out with the Smith & Wesson Shield. This was a single stack, thin profile pistol, which is easily concealable and very quickly took over the concealed carry market with it. Became the most popular carry pistol out there. Then later on, SIG came on the market with their P365, same kind of concept, just with a higher capacity. And then in 2021, Smith & Wesson brought out the Shield Plus, which is basically the same thing, with a vastly upgraded trigger and a higher capacity. So it comes out with a 10-round mag as well as an extended 13-rounder. So all of this with some great sights. And then even later on, they brought out the same M&P Shield Plus with the upgraded trigger, higher capacity, and now optics ready, and still a very concealable little package. And this is the guy that we're going to be talking about today. Alright folks, now that we got the pistol on the table, let's take a closer look at the features that it offers. So as you can see, it's the 3.1 inch barrel version of the M&P, so the M&P Shield Plus. It obviously has a polymer lower with the stainless steel upper, and the upper has the patented Armor Night durable corrosion resistance finish up there. You'll notice at the front it's got some serrations there. In my opinion, that's more cosmetic than anything else, because I personally don't really use them. The rear serrations are really good. It's still the fishtail or the kind of fish scale ones. That lends itself to being pretty useful. It's not overly aggressive, but it's aggressive enough to get a nice purchase on it. The stippling on it is nice, kind of skateboard tapey kind of feel. Not as aggressive so that it would actually kind of hurt your skin when you're carrying it, and it does accidentally rub up against it, but it's good enough to get a really decent grip on it. So you'll also notice that it has the M&P takedown lever. Makes it a lot easier in my opinion than, for example, the little tabs you get with the Glock. The mag release is right here, very easily accessible. And in this particular instance, due to carrying this appendix and the hostage situation it creates in your pants, I quite like the fact that it does have the manual safety. You'll notice the manual safety here. It's quite flat, so you have to do a little bit of practice about hitting that once you draw your pistol. All right, so let's take a quick look at the trigger. As you can see, between the M&P version 1.0 and this particular one, there's a massive difference in trigger. They've done away with that hinged one, and let's show you how this trigger pull rolls. I hope you can see that. So that's got that little trigger dingus. There's a little bit of uptake and a very crisp pull, and then the reset, nice and tactile and nice and crisp pull. So a very much improved trigger from the original 1.0 version. On the other side of the pistol, you'll notice there's no ambi controls, so just your standard right hand side or left hand side controls, pardon me. And then of course you can switch your mag release to the left hand side if you so choose. You'll also notice that it does not have a rail to hang any kind of lights or so on. This particular one also comes with the 3-dot night sights. I quite like them with the orange front dot. They're actually really good sights, but I did pick this one because it is already optics ready, and it is cut on the shield RMS footprint, I believe, and that would be good for a number of different optics. Now, we do have a Vortex Defender CCW coming for it, which you'll also be seeing in an upcoming video as well. When you purchase your M&P Shield Plus, it comes with a 10-round magazine in the box, as well as a 13-round one with the extended kind of base plate there. Now, here's one of the reasons why I never liked the idea of micro compacts. Let's take the 10-round magazine for a second. So, as you can see, it's flush fit, but my pinky does not fit on there properly with my gorilla hands, right? So that I hate, and this will probably never be used. Now, the 13-round mag, as you can see there, has got the little base plate extension. Now, the cool thing about that is even with gorilla hands like me, you can see it fits perfectly. Now, I get a lot of grip, good purchase on this pistol, and it actually feels like a much bigger pistol, even though it is still very, very concealable. Now, one thing about the 13-round mags, they all come with that base plate, so you can buy some extra ones, which I did. The main thing with those is if you want to get that 13th round in there, you better get yourself an Up-Lula mag loader, because trying to get that round in straight out of the box will destroy your thumb and you're not going to get it in there. Believe me, that kind of sucked. However, with the Up-Lula, no problem loading it up a couple of times. Now it's easily feeding the 13th round in there with no problems with the thumb. So guys, that's basically all I've got for you guys on the table with this pistol. So now let's get to the important part. Let's take it out to the range and see how well it shoots. Stay tuned. So taking it out to the range, getting a feel for it a little bit, it's actually a very shootable little pistol. It's snappier than a larger pistol, but not as snappy as I thought it was going to be, and I'm able to get a good grip on it. So when it comes to accuracy, I have a tendency to shoot left with polymer frame pistols. I tend to fix that with trigger time and kind of adjusting how much pressure I have to put on the pistol with my left hand, as well as drifting the sights or actually adjusting the sights. Which I haven't done for this pistol. I am going to put a red dot on it, which is the Defender CCW that's on its way here. So yeah, this one's no exception, shooting a bit left, but let's see how the groups look if we try and get some accuracy out of it. This is shot at about 12 yards. So as you can see, it's got a decent group going, nothing crazy little clover leaves, but for a defensive pistol, this is perfect. So all I need now is to get some trigger time behind it and get my optic on there, and I'll be good to go. Getting a bit more time behind it, I was getting a little bit more comfortable with it, and transitions with those sights that it's got on it, those tritium sights, were actually not very difficult to do, moving from one target to another, and shooting got a little bit better every single time. Just for fun, we're trying to hit these little poppers that's at about 12 to 15 yards. Let's see how that went. All right, guys, so let's compare the actual recoil of this little pistol. So again, it's a little bit snappier because it's smaller, but let's compare it to my everyday carry gun, which is the SIG P320 X-Carry Legion. So there you have it, folks. Final thoughts on the pistol. What a great little option for a carry pistol. Now, I got this one particularly for wearing just a t-shirt, kind of light clothing, summertime. My normal EDC would still be the P320, which I love that pistol. But this is a fantastic little option. It shoots great. It's super reliable. As so far, it's kind of fed everything we've given it, and it shoots straight. I got a lot of grip and purchase on it in comparison to other little micro 9s. And for the price, it's going to be really hard to beat. So stay tuned for our next video where we're going to be trying this guy out with that Vortex Defender on it. Guys, if you enjoyed our video today or learned something new, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can see when we do new videos. And y'all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.